Meow. 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 That's right. Welcome to another exciting edition of Bite Spot. Hey Jan, how you doing? First one in. Nibble's doing her little orbit here. Let's see if we can pull her into the shot here for a second. There she is. There she goes. And that concludes the Nibble show. Oh, there she is again. She's funny that way. I'm good. I'm good, Jan. Thanks. Glad to hear you're good too. Hey Tracy. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Mr. Breck. I don't know who that is. I don't know. You maybe got the wrong live stream. Hi Pam. Hi Tasha. Thanks for stopping in. It's one messed up looking bear, huh? Yeah, he is. He's kind of messed up. They're sitting over here. See, even he scares Bite away. Yeah, you're right. That's so official. If somebody said Mr. Roll, I'd say that's my dad. You're talking to my dad. I'm just Breck. Thanks, Nicholas. Like I said, you get an opportunity to interview a potential governor, you jump at it. How the rain gutter's working. Can't tell you yet because we haven't had any rain, but they didn't fall off the wall, so I did something right, I guess. We give a shout out to Lloyd and Gilda Simone. It's their 54th wedding anniversary. 6 kids, 17 grandkids, and 2 great grandkids. That's awesome. Congratulations. Oh, this is the shirt I got from the Bear Arms Brewery that I visited a few weeks ago. Just decided to pull that out and wear that one today. Promoting a beer company. Please don't be upset with you. Never. You'd know I was upset with you if I blocked you. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's any chance of that. It's been raining in Amarillo. Yeah, it tends to be a little bit more rainy up in northern Texas. And look who made an appearance. Well, actually, that vlog about my sister's birthday was shot a couple weeks ago. Her birthday was on the 24th, and she did enjoy it. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead on videos, so I actually got all of this week's videos uploaded already. So I got videos through next Saturday already uploaded. So it's good to get a little ahead. Then if something comes up, you can get a day off. That was one of the factors I had in going back to doing 3 days a week instead of 4 days a week on the video. My work schedule is I work 3 days and get 3 days off, and then work 4 days and get 4 days off. And so every 2 weeks, I get 7 days off. Well, if I'm doing 4 videos a week, then that's 8 videos in 2 weeks, which means every 2 weeks, I got to do 2 videos in 1 day. And that gets a little bit much. And for a while there, as you know, I kind of backed off to 2 videos a week, but I knew that was kind of overdoing it a bit. So went back to 3 videos a week. And that seems to be a comfortable mix because then it allows me to get a little bit ahead And if I need to take a day off, I can. So, there's the whole story on that. Yeah, a few people said that they'd never heard of Colonel West. He's a fascinating man, and so friendly and outgoing and personable and all that. I could have gone on for longer on the interview, but I just figured, I was pushing it by asking 5 questions, and so that was all I figured. I really kind of wish, now that I thought about it, that I had prepared more questions. For instance, I would have loved to heard what he planned to do about the electric grid, because we had that big winter blast that blew through here last winter, and that knocked out power for a lot of people. I didn't lose power; I was really lucky. But a lot of people I know at work, had power go out for 18, 24 hours at a time, and when it's 5, 10 degrees outside, you depend on that heat, and it becomes a real dangerous situation real fast. So I would have loved to have talked to him about that. And I think there were a couple other things I kind of wish, since he'd been in, like I said, he was a colonel in the army, and he served in Iraq for both Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And then after he retired, he was actually an advisor in Afghanistan. So it would have been interesting to hear his take on that too. But like I said, I didn't want to push it. I thought I was lucky. I got more than 8 minutes out of him. That was kind of amazing. That just shows the kind of person he is. He just wanted to. He was just willing to talk. Yeah, somebody mentioned a wax melter thing or whatever for my mom. I mean, that's a thought too, but I think a lot of things that she really likes, she likes the actual look of the flame. So, it isn't so much about the scent, but the kind of the atmosphere. Yeah, see, Jan was one of those that lost power. Thank you, Connie. It's good to see you too. We're showing Bite's butt. Let's at least get his head here so you can see the whole cat. Hey, Bite. I see. I hear Nibble meowing over there too. Oh yeah, Nibble's at the end of the hall there, kind of staring at us. But since she doesn't want to come out here and visit, I guess she's not going to get kitty treats when I start dishing them here. But since Bite has appeared to come out here and be on the vlog here, be on the live stream, he gets some. And he didn't even bite me. I don't know who that is. You were coincidentally drinking from the same Magnolia mug that I bought my sister. That's awesome. My sister loves coffee, so I'm sure that mug will get a lot of use. Any plans for Labor Day? That's right, Labor Day is coming up, isn't it? I don't know. Is that tomorrow? Connie's sending snuggles. By what do you think about that? Not even look at her. Hey, Bite. Connie sent you snuggles. Yeah, I guess that's cat fur. Thank you. Sending you snuggles back. Yeah, Labor Day is tomorrow. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm always off on Mondays anyway, so Didn't even really know. Maybe I'll have to go see if there's anything going on downtown for Labor Day. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's vlog. Check it out and see. Sometimes living in kind of a smaller town like Waco, I know maybe Waco isn't that small of a town compared to some small towns, but they tend to go all out for holidays like that. You remember that was it the Veterans Day parade that happened a year or two ago that I went to? Maybe there was something for Labor Day too. I'll check that out. Glad somebody pointed that out. Maybe we can find something something to do. I guess it's not as good as treats, huh? Well, what if we call this a snuggle, huh? Here's a snuggle for you from Connie. And then you drop it, you slob. Oh well. Hey Dave and Terry, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Always good to see you. Black Dot's here too. Hey Black Dot, how you doing? Jen smoking brisket, corn on the cob, potato salad, baked beans, watermelon, and cantaloupe. Well, except for the cantaloupe, that sounds awesome. I'm not a cantaloupe fan, but all of the rest of that sounds really good. Maybe I'll come over. There aren't a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of fruit that I'm not a fan of, but cantaloupe, honeydew, that kind of stuff, I'm not really a fan of. Watermelon, on the other hand, is awesome. Can't go wrong with watermelon. Remember when I went to the watermelon festival with Jordan a couple years ago? Jordan isn't even a fan of watermelon, so that was kind of odd right there then and there. But when he said watermelon festival, I said I'm in. Love watermelon. Even Terry just finished picking 24 pickles and 24 floral gem chilies from Kruger Farm in vinegar brine, and they're hot and crisp. That sounds awesome. What kind of shirt am I wearing today? This is a shirt I got at the Bear Arms Brewery when I did that tour through there a few weeks ago. Come and drink it. Yep. I got to go over there and get some more beer. I like what I got from them. You remember I went to two breweries in the same day. It was them and it was the Waco Ale Company. And I like the stuff I got from Bear Arms better. The two, I felt a lot, when I'm going in there and filming at somebody's brewery, I feel kind of obligated to buy something. And so, I bought a couple of growlers from them, but the growlers I got from them, I wasn't as impressed with. But the stuff I got from Bear Arms, that was awesome. In fact, I didn't even get the 1849 brew that they had because I'd had that before, and I think I'll probably go back and get some of that. Wonder if they sell like pony kegs or something like that. It's an event that your family's been doing for the past 50 years. Once you start, you can't stop. Yeah, well, I know a lot of things that are like that. Is it better than Voodoo Ranger? It's different from Voodoo Ranger. I'm not going to say it's better. I like both. I still drink the Voodoo Ranger. Any ideas when the cabinet work? Well, they said, 18 weeks, but then they also gave me an estimate around early November, and that's not 18 weeks. That's less than that. So we'll see. It's going to be November or December at some point. You're having a not your father's root beer. I got to admit, I've never been a fan of root beer. I've never been a fan of Dr. Pepper. I think if Waco found that out, they'd probably kick me out of town or something. But yeah, I don't know. They're too sweet, too rich for me. It goes all the way back from when I was a kid because a friend of mine was really into root beer, and so when I'd go over there, they'd offer me root beer, and I had it a few times. It's just, yeah, it isn't for me. Hello, Rachel. How are you? Happy Labor Day to you too. Oh, it actually is a beer. Wow. See, when I hear root beer, I think it's root beer. You used to be a cabinet maker in the past life, in a past life. You also have a not your mother's apple pie. So what is that, like apple whiskey or something like that? It's a beer that tastes like root beer. Huh. Okay. Did the cost of the kitchen remodel surprise you? Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of blown away. I figured it would be about half of what it was going to be, but I knew I'd end up financing it anyway. So, it won't be bad. And, I can pay it off $150 a month for, whatever, 7 years or something like that. But I can pay a little bit more than that. But what they wanted to do is they were going to give me an 18-month loan, and I could get it interest free if I paid it off in 18 months. But 18 months is $800 a month, and I can't do that. That's a little too much. So 150 bucks a month, I can pay more than that. So we'll pay it off in less than 7 years. I don't have any other debt, so you know what? Whatever. It'll help. It'll help the value of the house. It'll definitely make my house, make it better for me. I cannot stand those cabinets that are in there. I realized after I placed the order that I actually wanted to replace the one in the bathroom back there too because it's the same way, and I forgot to do that. But you know what? That's one cabinet. I think I could probably just go buy one at Home Depot and install that myself. So I think we'll do that. In fact, that might even be a vlog someday. Do I watch any home improvement shows? Honestly, I got rid of my cable a while ago, so I don't watch really any TV. And honestly, I don't really do a whole lot on the internet either in terms of watching videos. My in terms of videos, the whole life is my videos. So I did used to watch a lot of like home improvement shows. Back in the day, Homes on Homes was one of my favorites. There were a few others. Of course, I was aware of Chip and Joanna Gaines from their show. Used to watch that. It was in your early 20s. That's why you say it was in your past life. Okay. Technically, yesterday was my past life. Oh, it's interesting. You're both in the same household. That's interesting. It's fun when you find out that two people that you just think are two individual people are actually connected somehow. And you'll forgive me for not saying her handle. I'm not going to say that on the channel. Do I ever plan to move again? No, no. I'm happy here. If everything continues the way it is, I'm in good shape right now. I like this place. I like Waco. I like my job. Everything's going really well. Hope my mom is doing well. I do too. Honestly, she's in the hospital again. She's been having a series of urinary tract infections, and they've been putting her on antibiotics to try and correct the problem. But the antibiotics aren't agreeing with her stomach, and so she's getting nauseous from it, and so she's not taking it, and then the infection gets worse, and so she's in the hospital. I think I've been talking to her, last couple of days about it, and she's supposed to hopefully go home today. But yeah, that's what's been going on with her. And Bite is back. Did my sister like the gifts? Yeah, she did. You're both big Escaping the Mouse fans. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Chip and Joanna are in Waco. Actually, I'm hearing that they actually live in Crawford, and they have a ranch over there, but that's just like 10, 15 miles away. So they call it Waco, and I guess when they were doing their show, they it was all in Waco. So yeah, I guess my mom just has to find some antibiotic that she can use to control it that doesn't upset her stomach. And actually, I think the doctor was saying that she should take the antibiotics and maybe get an anti-nausea medicine at the same time. Yeah, I know. Last week it was the fires and all the smell from that, and now it's this. Your 7-year-old niece has COVID, and they closed her classroom for 2 weeks to have everything cleansed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Crawford a couple times. It doesn't really seem like there's that much there, but there seems to be like a lot of wealthy people go there and just have like ranches or something like that. Because that's where the bushes are too. We went shopping at the silo today. That's cool. Yeah, it's kind of a fun place. Well, I know my mom will watch this, so she'll see your comments and keep her in your prayers. She appreciates that, but I think she's on the mend. Like I said, I talked to her, well, texted with her last night, and she said she thought she was going to go home. She said she thought she was going to go home today. So it's my fault you went to Silo, huh? Okay. Like I said, it's a fun place to check out. If you're in the area, go check out that Spice Village place too. That's kind of a fun place, kind of in the same kind of in the same vein there. And it's actually only just a few miles from the villa from the silos. Ted Nugent has a ranch in Crawford Waco area. I didn't know that. Oh, you okay? You didn't actually show up at the store. You just bought stuff online. What happened with my mom? She just had a urinary tract infection, and they were giving her antibiotics for it, and the antibiotics were making her nauseous. So she stopped taking them, and ended up getting an infection. So she had to go in the hospital. But I think she's on the mend. She'll probably be home today. Okay, Chris is up north. All right, there you go. But you can get the internet anywhere. Hi, VNA. How are you? Glad you stopped in. Yeah, I gotta get my first drink of water here. Yeah, she mentioned that she's supposed to take it with food, but and I think she does. It just kind of makes her a little nauseous still. It's called Spirit of the Wild Ranch. Drop by, shoot some guns, and play some guitar. I don't play guitar, but I could handle the other part. Thanks, Jan. I appreciate that. I know my mom does too. When will my mom visit? Or when will I visit my mom? I don't know. At this point, I was actually kind of thinking our company is going to go into another shutdown mode in a couple of weeks. And a while back, I was thinking, maybe I'll take some time off around then. But they really need people to kind of help with the shutdown. So I'm going to stay for that. And at this point, um, I won't be going in October because October will be Side of the Scream stuff. So maybe November, maybe we'll go around Thanksgiving or something. It all depends on what they're doing because California is starting to lock down again, and that's getting a little crazy. Yeah, I don't know anything about medicines, and so I'm gonna leave it up to a doctor to deal with it. He knows specifically what my mom's situation is. What exactly does it mean for a shutdown? Well, the machines run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so basically, they shut down the company, they shut down production for like a week or 10 days, two times a year, just to do maintenance on the machines. And, because when you run the machines constantly, you gotta stop them from time to time to do overhauls and stuff and replace stuff. And so that's what that is. We call it a maintenance cycle. Urinary tract problems if drink lots of water and cranberry juice. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave the treatment up to my mom's doctor. That's the best. What's the pool temp? It's the warmest I've seen it. It was up at 89 last night. I haven't looked at it this morning yet. Haven't really even been outside. But that's definitely swimming weather. It's real nice. What I do is wait until it gets dark out because then the mosquitoes kind of go away, and I'll just sit out in the pool and have a couple beers, and that's just perfect. That's heaven. Stay away from OJ. Orange juice or the football player? Maybe both, huh? No, I have to pay for water. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a comparison of what it is because that's yeah, I use a little bit more water here because I'm running the sprinklers almost daily in the summer because it's so hot and I want things to grow and all that. Speedo or trunks? Trunks usually. You don't want to see me in a speedo. Trust me. Yeah, bike showing his butt again. Yeah, it's bike's butt. Get him to come down for a little brush action here. He loves that. White and a Speedo. No, he prefers to go on natural. Hey, Jeff's here. Hey, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Bite's a good boy. It's the problem when you brush Bite or pet him or something like that, the fur flies and then you get it all over the place. The pool lights are doing all right. I think the problem maybe that Jordan had is maybe he just didn't twist them closed enough. Now, I don't use them a whole lot, so that's maybe a factor too, is I don't even actually leave them in the pool. I just put them in the pool when I need them because they're real easy. They're just magnets and they just stick to the side. So, and one of the things I've noticed is I can't hit all of them with the remote from one location. So if I have them like in the what they call what is it they call fade mode where they fade from one color to the next to the next. If you want to have them all kind of synchronized, you need to start them all at the same time. And so usually what I'll do is I'll just put them right down on the counter right next to each other, point the remote at them, start them all at the same time, and put them in the pool, and then the colors stay in sync. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. He wants me to buy something for myself this time. Okay. Yeah, we'll come up with something cool. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. Always a big supporter of the channel. If I give Bite a can of sardines once a month, he'll stop shedding. Really? Well, I'm sure Bite wouldn't object to that. He'd love that. Jeff's going to get some barbecue. Sounds good. Hey, Bite. Let's see if we can coax him back into the shot here. I think he's thinking about it. Meow, 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 meow. He's right down there. There he is. I knew you'd think about it eventually. Oh yeah, yeah. Got your shirt. Yeah, I saw that. I'm glad to see that that finally made it through. I haven't filed a claim with the post office yet, so it's possible they may find your other shirt, in which case you'll get two of them. If I file a claim, I'm sure at that moment they'll stop. They'll stop looking for it. Just give up. Somebody was saying on one of the comments today on that video where I was talking about it that that they work for a post office or something like that, and my vision of how the dead letter office works isn't far from being untrue. And she says I think it was a she said that sometimes they just do auctions and sell off the stuff, which I think is kind of really bad. You know, if you got stuff that you couldn't deliver that you don't get to sell it, that's wrong. But that's what happens. Yeah, I love homemade barbecue. You enjoyed the convention? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, you'd think though they have everything had a tracking number, so you'd think they'd sort it by the tracking number. I could show them exactly what the package looked like, and if they sorted all their dead letters by tracking number, then they ought to be able to go right to a specific location and say, "Oh, there it is." It should take all of 10 seconds, but like I said, I just had, like I said in the video, I just have this image of big room with a big pile of packages and some guy going, mm, mm, I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right, Chris. They're probably not even looking. I mean, when I went to the post office to originally complain that it didn't go, the post person there said that I could, contact the dead letter office, but that it would probably take a while. She wasn't kidding. Holy cow. Yeah, but they're not doing that, the top vloggers. They're keeping it themselves. Yeah, that's the whole problem, David, is that they are a monopoly. That's the problem with all monopolies, whether it's a business monopoly or a government monopoly. Without competition, there's no reason to do things well. What's your competition going to do? Go somewhere else or go to a competitor? It's not going to happen. I mean, I know the post office is in the Constitution, but it's clear from reading the words of the founders that they thought the reason was, for having a post office is that they couldn't imagine, a private company doing that, being big enough to do that. And everything else about the government as it was written in the Constitution was supposed to be to limit the power of the government. So I don't think at all the founders would have objected to the post office being privatized by UPS or FedEx or something like that. But whatever. But there just may be some person out there doesn't even know what they're talking about that gets an escaping the mouse shirt. Maybe they become a fan. So who knows? Told me about a banana tree you ordered. Was the tree still alive when you got it 4 years later? Probably not, huh? Yeah, I can't imagine that a tree would go around the world for 4 years and survive. Wow, thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. I'm going to clean up on this one here. Well, it is a little bit different from like the EPA or something like that, but it's largely subsidized by the government, and there's a government enforced monopoly because UPS and FedEx can't deliver the mail. They're not allowed to do that. You'll post pics tomorrow of your shirt. Okay, yeah, you said you're gonna video the unboxing, so I'm glad you like the shirt. It's a fun shirt, and I like it. It's a kind of a cool shirt. Now, honestly, it's not one that I'm going to wear very much because I'm a little weirded out by people who wear shirts with themselves on it. I don't feel comfortable wearing walking out. That just seems really narcissistic. Yeah, I agree with you, John. They'd have to compete, and I wouldn't even say privatize it. Just allow competition. Let FedEx and UPS deliver the mail. I mean, you remember it wasn't the post office that came up with overnight deliveries and mail tracking and all that stuff. They started doing that because FedEx and UPS came in. They were doing it. DHL. Maybe we can pay off the kitchen. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody got $14,000 floating around that they burn a hole in their pocket. It'll be worth it though. Well, and I'm not going to say FedEx and UPS are perfect, but you know what? When they screw up, you have a choice to go somewhere else. What do you do when the post office screws up? What color cabinets did I go with? I'm just going with white. I want it just to be, it's going to be very much like what's there. It's just not that finished. It'll be kind of the white like these things are here. And I think it'll lighten up the kitchen. It's going to hopefully blend in really well with the ceiling and the crown molding and just lighten things up. Is there UPS in Texas? Oh yeah, UPS is everywhere. What color hard? Honestly, I don't remember what color hardware. Let's see. Do I have the drawings here? I think I do because I think I texted them to my mom. Maybe that shows here. It's hard to tell from the picture, but you know, if I don't like the hardware, I can always replace that. That's easy to do because the computer images that they produce are they're kind of digital and grainy looking, so it isn't that good of an image, and it's kind of pixelated and all that, so it's hard to tell. Maybe that's one of those things I should run over there and find out. Like I said, hardware is easy though. If I don't like the hardware, I'll go put something else on there. I guess I lost light here, so we'll go back to the straight ahead shot. Get my friend Matt's Island Horizon videos in the shot here. Hardware can get a little expensive, but it isn't really that bad. You know, I bet you I could replace all the hardware on those cabinets for 100, 150 bucks. What's on the agenda after the live stream? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. If you were on last week's video, I showed you a couple of cookbooks I got over at that Spice Village place, and one of them had was about Dutch oven recipes. Maybe I'll try something with that. We look like cat fur flying around here. Have the squirrels gotten in the bird feeder? No, so far they haven't figured out how to get past my trap. I think they're still working at it, but I haven't seen any evidence of the squirrels getting there. No vodka today. Nope. Well, actually, I mean, I'm halfway through this one already here. Did you know that Steve Martin was from Waco? I did know that. In fact, it's kind of weird because Steve Martin was from Waco. He moved to California and lived in Garden Grove, and he worked at Disneyland. I was born in Garden Grove, worked at Disneyland, and now I live in Waco. So I don't know. That's kind of funny, I think. That's my favorite sandwich. I like a grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, in terms of sandwiches, I don't do that a whole lot. Um, but I like subs and that kind of stuff. We got Schlotzsky's here, and Schlotzsky's makes good sandwiches. They used to eat a lot of Subway sandwiches, but they used to have Subway in the backstage area at Disneyland, and so I ate so much Subway, I got burned out on it, and I don't know if I'll ever eat Subway again. Actually, I'm going to have to because the guy who runs Silo of Screams. You remember when I went down to Temple to pick up the tickets for the convention, and he gave me that lunchbox and the shirt. He's a manager of a Subway sandwiches there, and he gave me a couple of gift cards for them, so I'll have to go there at some point. Steve Martin doesn't seem like a Texan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't seem like a Texan either. So, and maybe I don't know how long he lived here. Maybe I'm Steve Martin and I don't remember. Maybe. Yeah, Schlotsky's is great. There's a few of them in the area too. I guess Schlotsky's is out of Austin, Texas. The first one was in Austin, so they're kind of big here in Texas, but they were big in California too. My parents both love Schlotsky's. Every time they'd come over, it's like, let's go to Schlotsky's. That was something we could all kind of agree on. Actually, when it came to food, we could usually agree on most things. I feel like I'm a little dehydrated today. I'm drinking more than usual. Not even halfway through the live stream yet, and most of the water's gone here. I might have to go refill up. There used to be a Schlotsky's really, really close to my house, like walking distance from my house, but there was another one that was like a few miles away, and I think the two of them being that close to each other, one of them drove the other out of business. So the one near my house turned into a Dairy Queen. Well, yeah, I think we just sort of did start talking about food because we're talking about Schlotsky's and we were talking about sandwiches and we were talking about barbecue a little bit ago with Jeff. Thanks, Laura Lee. Yeah, I think my mom's on the mend. I think she'll be home today. I remember one of my viewers said that I've been in Texas long enough to change my name to Buck. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. How's the weather? Hot. It's really hot here. It's supposed to be upper 90s today. They're saying we might even flirt with 100. So honestly, I don't have a whole lot of vodka left right now, and it's Sunday, and this is still a there's still laws against selling liquor on Sundays here, so not going to fill it with vodka, not this time. Wouldn't it would probably be a very entertaining live stream though, wouldn't it? At least for a while until I passed out. Any fireworks for the weekend? I guess I don't think of Labor Day as fireworks time, but I don't know. We'll see. Actually, this has kind of been kind of from what I'm hearing from the locals, this has been kind of a moderate summer. You know, the summer really kind of started late because it was cloudy and kind of overcast for so much of the early part of the summer. I think honestly that's why the jalapeno plants didn't do very well because now that it's been sunny, they're starting to come to life again. They're really starting to grow. So who knows? Did Bite wake me up this morning meowing? No, this morning it was Nibble. Nibble was outside my door meowing at me this morning. And then Bite joined in a little later after I was already awake. Where did Bite run off to? He's just down there at the end of the hall checking me out. Yeah, that's my buddy. He'll usually come when you shake the kitty jar. What? Oh, there's Nibble too. See Nibble peeking around the corner right there. Well, they decided to join us, they'll join us. Are my utility bills really high with the air conditioning? No. One of the cool things about Texas is we have a deregulated electricity industry. So there's all sorts of companies competing with different kinds of plans, and the plan I have is just a flat rate plan because I knew I was going to be using air conditioning a lot, and so I pay a certain amount a month. It's probably double what electricity was in California, but in California I didn't run the air conditioning ever. So I can run the air conditioning as much as I want, use as much power as I want. I think probably within reason, and I just pay a flat rate each month. So and it's a lot less than what you were paying per month in Minnesota. $500. That's twice what I'm paying. Is California not as humid? No, nowhere near. Because California is a desert. I mean, yeah, there's a warm ocean breeze, but or there's the breeze coming in off the ocean, but the ocean is cooler in California than like it is in the Gulf of Mexico, and so that's why it's so humid here. People have been fleeing California for a long time. I'm one of them. Do I have Twitter? No, I was on Twitter for a while, a number of years ago, but I don't know. It wasn't for me. Yeah, California has fires and earthquakes. Two things I'm glad to be away from. You don't have either of those here, and that's nice. I posted a video on the Facebook page a couple days ago of time lapse footage I shot out of my back window of my house in California a few years ago um, of a fire that was like a few miles away from my house, and it was just horrible. You could see how close it was. You sometimes have clear skies where you can see meteors and satellites. Yeah, I've seen those, from time to time. Really haven't been out stargazing a whole lot since I've been here, but the sky is clear enough and it's dark enough at night that you can see, some nice stars. You can see more stars here than you can in California. When I talk to Jordan, I don't really talk to Jordan that much. When we communicate, it's texting. I texted him when I did that Alan West interview because I thought he'd be interested in that. I kind of said that Jordan isn't the most famous person to be on my vlog now. And he disagreed with me. He still thinks he's more famous. Can I explain again why I was unable to paint the kitchen cabinets? Yeah, the problem was the finish that was there to make it look old and weathered. It wasn't just flat. It wasn't just discoloration. It had texture to it. And so if I painted over it, it would just look like I painted over dirt. Here, we'll go mobile here, and I'll show you a little bit closer what we're talking about. I'll plug everything here so I can. Turn the lights on in here so we can see. See, the problem is this stuff here. And this stuff here, it isn't just discoloration, it's got texture, you can feel it. And so if I painted over it, it was going to be all lumpy. And that was the concern I had. And I just didn't. And I mean, the cabinets themselves are old. If you look, I don't know if you can even see it, but there's also what looks like, in the process of trying to make it look weathered, it looks like there's like cracks in there in the paint. And I don't know, I just was not happy with that, and I wouldn't have been able to make it look flat, and I wouldn't have been able to make it look new. So it just made sense to change it to replace it, especially considering everything is so low. And I wanted to kind of rip these things out and move all the cabinets up because then there'll be more space underneath. Because I mean, this is how high the cabinets are compared to me, and so here's the camera kind of at the level of the top of my head. So the cabinets are only a couple inches taller than me. So there's so much wasted space up here, and it's so low down here that it makes the kitchen feel really claustrophobic. So yeah, that was kind of my thought process on that. And eventually I think it'll be better in the long run. All right, get us back plugged in here. Hang on a second. Plug in the electricity here so we don't lose that, because that's no fun when you're in the middle of a live stream and the battery dies, right? Let's see, where are we here? Am I changing the backsplash? No, I'll leave that as it is, but what I'll do is when we raise the cabinet up, they're going to put drywall between the backsplash and the bottom of the cabinet. And I'll just paint that the same color as the rest of the kitchen. Are the cabinets now standard size, or are the new ones going to be? Well, it seemed like for the most part, everything that I had there, they were able to do just with stuff that was kind of pre-made. So I'm guessing it's standard enough that they could do it. I spent some time trying I didn't want to do it with a sharp tool because then I would end up cutting into the wood, and that would have made it look bad too. But I tried doing it with chemicals, and I spent like a couple hours trying to work on one of the cabinet doors, and it just did not work. So yeah, I tried to find some way to do that. I couldn't make it work. Yeah, I agree with you, Lindex. I think it's going to be better to replace the cabinets. Ultimately, the more I thought about it, I was talking to my mom about it, and she says, maybe you ought to just, replace them. And I was saying, that's going to cost so much. And I started looking at it. It's like, she's right. It's an investment in the house. So I've never seen any of the John Wick films. No, I haven't. Yeah, agreed. The finish on them isn't even white. It's kind of an off-white color. And like I said, there's little teeny tiny cracks in the paint. I'm sure that was done intentionally. That isn't a flaw. Somebody just did it that way to, like I said, make them look antique and weathered. But I just think it looks old. Look, they just got to go. That's all that. That's all there is to that. Forgive me a second. I got to go fill up. I'm only at the halfway mark, and I'm already filling my water. That's good. Got another hour to go here, so the bear moved. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. The bear's haunted. I mean, I guess he knew with those eyes. There's something weird with him, right? Ah. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, V&A, but I don't think they did it. Then I'm going to repaint. No, I mean I'll paint a little bit because they're going to replace the drywall. Uh, in certain areas where they do the cabinetry and they move that up, and there's going to be like drywall they have to do there. I'll paint that, but I'll leave it the same color. I know what color it is. Because I just painted that a couple months ago. Do I use the pool a lot? Yeah, I do as much as possible. I was going to try and go out and do it last night. I didn't hop in the pool last night, but we'll probably go in there and get into it today. But I still have that piece of coal from the train wreck a few months back. Yeah, it's up on my mantle behind me there. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people talk about the John Wick movies, uh, but I don't know. Maybe someone in the live stream has had too much to drink. Well, maybe. I don't have a problem with antique finishes if it looks good, but it doesn't work in that kitchen anymore. The kitchen's bright and airy, and they kind of have kind of a modern look to it. You know, sharp lines and stuff like that. And it's just kind of a mixed style in there. It's just not for me. They say it's going to take about 4 days to install once they get all the stuff here. The issue is getting the cabinets made, and that's going to apparently take a while. I guess what's going on is there's kind of a one-two punch kind of thing going on. Um, One is, nobody, everybody's having trouble finding people to work, and and so there's, shortages getting, the people needed to build the cabinets. And then on top of that, because of the whole COVID thing and people being locked into their house a lot, people are doing a lot of remodeling. And so those two things are both pulling the same industry in opposite directions, and they're both creating a problem that just gets worse and worse. It's hard to get the cabinets made, and more people want to have stuff done. So they're saying what 16 to 18 weeks, but they were saying that maybe November, and that's not 16 to 18 weeks. That's just a couple months away. So I don't know. We'll see. Will I replace the kitchen sink and the countertop? No, I don't think so. They're gonna um, they're gonna try and remove the counter and the sink, and then reinstall them. Have I tried the Broken Skull IPA? You recommend? I've never heard of that. It's definitely one of those things that I saw it, and there's something called Broken Skull. I'd definitely check it out. I mean, that's kind of what got me going with the Voodoo Ranger. I was intrigued by the label. I have a friend who's way into music. It's the same friend who does the Island Horizon videos, and he says a lot of times, when he was younger, what he'd do is he'd go into a record store, and if he'd see a cover that just looked interesting to him, he'd buy it just based on the cover, just to see what it was. I think he discovered the Residents, and he discovered Frank Zappa, and all sorts of bands that way. What happens if they break the countertop? The weak spot, I think, is going to be where the sink is, because that's where the seam is too, because there's a seam going right down the middle. I think I showed that in one of the videos. And so if they break it at the seam, they ought to be able to reconnect it. Other than that, the whole thing should be pretty strong. I remember when they installed the countertops in my house in California, they didn't actually cut the hole for the sink until after they got the counter onto the place where it was going to be. They actually cut it in the kitchen. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, I agree with you, Sandy. The kitchen, like I said, it's got, it's bright, it's got kind of sharp lines, it's got kind of a modern look to it. So the antique finish on the cabinets, it just doesn't work. And you say it looks 60s and 70s, yeah. Well, and that's when this house was built in the mid 70s. So, I'm assuming those cabinets are probably original to the house, and it's time for them to go. Do I have to sign a waiver in the event of them breaking it? No. Hi, Nathan. Glad you enjoy watching the vlogs. You can subscribe anytime you want. There's just a little button at the top there that says subscribe. I'm happy I have new viewers all the time. I got like 600 videos to watch already. That even blows me away, how many videos I have. Been going on for like 2.5, almost 3 years now. I think in February or March, it'll be 3 years since I did my first video. Well, I had the cast iron cookbooks out here on the live stream last week, and was kind of thumbing through them because I think somebody mentioned chicken and dumplings, and I wanted to see if there's a chicken and dumplings recipe for the Dutch oven. There wasn't, but there were a whole bunch of things that looked really good in there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do something with that today. We'll see. The only bloggers you watch are Adam Lewu and me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Got to check out Jordan's too if you don't watch him. I seem very at ease. That's just something that I've gotten used to. You watch my first couple of videos, I was petrified to be in front of the camera. I never like to look at myself on video. I never like the sound of my voice on audio. So that was, you watch the first videos, I was really uncomfortable, but yeah, I'm getting more comfortable doing it now. It comes with time. I did get the one about the carrot cake cookies. I think I replied back or said something at some point where I was going to probably hold off on doing anything because I'd just done the carrot cake. Uh, I don't want to make this the carrot cake channel, right? But carrot cake cookies sound pretty good. And spicy chicken wings. I mean, you get me with the word spicy. What your wife and you like about my vlogs, I'm interesting and not complicated, and I don't talk too much. Okay, well that's a good thing, I guess. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it of all, Black Dot. I had a deer in the headlights look. I was terrified doing those first ones, and I mean, I almost didn't put them up. It's like, oh man, this is horrible. Nobody's gonna watch this. You made pulled pork from the Instant Pot this morning. That sounds good. Yeah, Jordan's really into Elvis, but I think he's on to other things now. I was looking at the Facebook page. It looks like his mom got another dog. She had Ellie Mae before, and Ellie Mae died about a year ago. And I think she got another puppy immediately and decided at the time that she wasn't ready for another puppy or something like that. And now I guess she's got another one now because Jordan was introducing Jaw to the new dog. Let's see if I can find it real quick here. Top vloggers posted a picture of him in his shirt. That's cool. That's awesome. Love to see that. Let's see here. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Maybe I gotta check out his mom's. I'm sure it's there. Yeah, there's the picture. Jordan and Jaw meeting. I believe it's Jordan's mom's new dog, Kelly. So she got another collie dog, which is going to be kind of cool. Let's see if there's yeah, there's another picture. Got everybody looking at the camera this time. Cute dog, right? They're both cute dogs, right? You know that. What's my favorite cooking vlog I ever made? You enjoy the cooking vlogs the most. That's cool. Thank you. I like my mom's lasagna. I've done that a couple times, I think. Um, I did some salsa at one point, and I make that salsa all the time now. I got some salt, I make it and make like jars and jars and jars of it and put it in the freezer, and I'm eating that all the time. Love that. There was like a cheese dip thing that I made a while back that was cheese and shredded chicken and some. I think it was hot wing sauce and stuff like that, and that was really good. That was probably one of my favorites. What do the cats do when they're on catnip? Honestly, I haven't really tried them on catnip that much. I've got like a little jar of catnip. There was a toy that I got where you like put catnip pellets inside of it, and it's supposed to keep the cats interested in it. And they never really did that much with it. I don't know. I think they're maybe beyond the toy mode right now at this stage in their life. Like it or not, you're our friend now, and we look forward to our visits. Thank you. Yeah, I consider you guys friends too. You know, it seems like a lot to come on here once a week and do a 2 hour live stream, but they go fast. Yeah, not carrot cake cookies, carrot cookies. If I made anything in the cast iron pans, I've used a fry pan a couple times. I was thinking perhaps doing something in the Dutch oven today. I'm thinking maybe that's what I might do today. We'll thumb through that recipe book. You remember last week I had the book out and I opened it up and kind of thumbed through it because somebody was talking about chicken and dumplings in a Dutch oven, and I kind of thumbed through it looking for that. I didn't see that, but there were a few things in there that look really good. So, and honestly, I've eaten up everything now that I have in the fridge. That's one of the things that kind of limits how often I do a cooking vlog, because I'm one person, so I got to eat all that. Yeah, I love it when people send me photos of them in their shirts. So, thank you very much on that. They're from a book you have called Easy Cake Mix Recipes. Sounds good. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to cross the bridge about future pets at some point. These guys aren't kids anymore. They're not kittens anymore. Well, I think one of the things that's kind of nice about these live streams is there aren't, 500 or 1,000 people in here, and the comments aren't just zipping by on the screen. You have 56 people in here right now, and so that allows everyone to participate, everyone to get a chance to ask a question, and I think that's what kind of makes it fun. We're actually talking to each other a little bit. And it allows an introvert like me to sit and talk to 50 people without having to be around 50 people. No, Gene's got to check out. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. It's good to talk to you. Yeah, exactly, VNA. It's a conversation. If I were in a room with 50 people, I probably wouldn't be saying anything, but I'm in a room alone. It's perfect. It's a perfect situation for me. Well, it's not actually perfect because I could actually stare at that ugly mug right there on the camera. But other than that, if I did this with the camera, then maybe it'd be a perfect situation. Then I'll just stare at that ugly guy. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, when you get too many people in a live stream, that's one of the things I've honestly thought that would be a cool feature for YouTube to add would be to throttle the number of people that can be on a live stream at once. Make it a setting that the person running the live stream, can set, but say, hey, there's maybe 100 people or 200 people allowed in at a time, and you're given, if you're going to be on the live stream for a couple hours, everybody's given 10 or 15 minutes or whatever the user decides, and they can comment as much as they want at that point. But after that, just to give them a chance to get their questions, then it lets somebody else in, and then they can comment. I don't know. That's something that I thought would be cool. because you sit there and you watch like Jordan's live streams, and you almost get in a seizure watching the comments fly by there. There's no way you can see all of them. And then you add to that Jordan still does his live streams on his cell phone. So, add to the fact that you're looking at a camera that's that size, and that's all you have. Things go by too fast. I'm at least on a laptop, so I can, see what's going on here. Yeah, exactly. It's not public speaking. That's sort of the reason I do the Instant Pot ones too, Robert, is because my mom has one and she's terrified of it. I think because she's probably thinking, of the pressure cookers her mom or grandmother had, and those things were time bombs waiting to go off. This thing's got so many safety features and so automated that, and so easy to use. I mean, even I was a little afraid of it the first time, but I'm very comfortable with it. I love the thing. I use it all the time now. And I think the thing my mom would use it the most for, because my mom loves steamed vegetables, and the Instant Pot is great for steamed vegetables. Yeah, Jeff's live streams are great too. I stop in from time to time, but I don't really have any of the alerts set up for anyone because I can't. It's a matter when it's an issue when I get a chance to do it and I just happen to be there and see, oh, Jeff's on, let's see what he's up to, or Jordan's on, let's see what he's up to. John says I'm not ugly, but he doesn't have to look at this face every day. Your mom's old pressure cooker exploded full of tomatoes. Oh man, that's horrible. Reminds me, I was at a hardware store once, and somebody had a gallon of paint in the paint shaker, and apparently the lid wasn't on all the way, and the lid came off and there's all over the place. I can just imagine that. It must, yeah. Somebody walks in there and thinks it's like there's some massacre happened in there. No, that's just tomatoes. Reminds me of a joke I heard once. A cop comes up to a multi-car accident and is kind of quickly going from car to car to car, um, trying to survey, who's worst injured. And he comes across this really, really grisly scene on the inside of a windshield of one car. And he quickly runs up to the window and asks the guy in the car, Mister, are you all right? And the guy says, Yeah, but this pizza's a mess. I don't know, that one still puts a grin on my face. Yeah, I did check. I did see the email you sent from Kruger Farms. They take my Geritol. Do they have chili farms in Waco? Honestly, I haven't checked. But this is Texas, so people love chilies. So there's all sorts of chilies that you can buy at the grocery store. And there's actually a farmers market that goes on sometimes on Sundays. I'm gonna have to go down there someday and check it out. Any advice for an upcoming YouTuber? Well, just stick with it. Make it you. Um, the advice I got from Jordan is just keep doing it. Do what's interesting to you, and just stay patient. It takes a long time for you to get going. I had an advantage. I doubt this channel would be 1/10 what it is if it wasn't for Jordan, because Jordan's been a huge supporter. He's been promoting me from the beginning. He's the one that got me into doing this. He's the one that gave me access to his audience. And basically, a lot of you who watch me now came to me through Jordan. And, you saw me because I'd appear on his vlogs from time to time. And like I said, I'm very, very grateful for Jordan. But like I said, just stick with it, keep doing what you do, and you'll either find a market or you won't. And honestly, it takes a while because the algorithms on YouTube, kind of focus on, if you have more content, then they start promoting things a little bit more. And every once in a while, you'll get a video that'll just click with YouTube. I did a series about a year and a half ago about JFK, and those videos still continue to get views, and they're still in the top list of most viewed videos every week. One of them, the one where I retraced Oswald's route from the book depository to the movie theater he's got, that's the most popular video I've ever done, and that's my first video that made me more than $100. So that's cool. Just stick with it, and you'll catch up to it eventually. May you ask what made me decide to move to Waco? I knew I wanted to come to Texas, and before I even started doing the vlogs, I actually made a trip to Texas. In fact, that was actually where the idea came up, where Jordan started pushing me really hard to start vlogging this. Is I was in Texas, staying in Dallas, and I wanted to figure out where I wanted to move in Texas. I wasn't sure, and I wanted to find a place that would have the potential to have jobs. And so I was here in, like, what was it, February, like almost 3 years ago now. And I checked out Dallas. Didn't like Dallas. Dallas was too much like Los Angeles, and I kind of wanted to get away from the city a little bit. Um, and I'd gone on Google Maps and looked at a satellite image of Texas. And if you look at a satellite image of Texas, Texas is a huge state, and the west side of the state is brown and desert, and the east side of the state is green and lush. So I said, okay, well, I want to be on the green side of the state. I want to be on the east side of the state. And so I started looking at big cities, in towns in there, and I found half a dozen of them or so that looked like they were big enough that they had like industry centers and stuff like that. And so I went and visited each of those. And when I came to Waco, I just kind of fell in love with the place. I knew this place just felt like this is where I need to be. And that's how I chose Waco. Yeah, Jordan has definitely been a blessing to this channel. Work making a strawberry milkshake and didn't lock it on. Milkshake, oh, yummy. Well, I told you about the time where I overfilled the instant pot when I was making split pea soup, right? Yeah, there's like a little line inside the inner pot there that says don't fill beyond this level. I went beyond that level, and when I started venting, pea soup started erupting out of the thing, and it was sprayed all over the wall. Like when I was doing the painting in there a few weeks ago, I was still cleaning off split pea soup from that. Yeah, it's my mom. You know the rules. She calls during a live stream. She gets put on the air. So here we go. Hey, Mom, you're on the air.
I know I am.
So you're watching.
Yeah, the doctor was just here, and I'm gonna go home today.
Okay, there you go.
So now everybody that all of your viewers have the latest on what's going on with me.
So she's still alive, people.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Well, it would be sad if we lost you, because then there'd be one less thing to talk about on the live streams.
That's true. My health issues, keep you going, don't they? So how's everybody doing today?
Yeah, well, we're doing okay over here. We've been having a good conversation, and let's see, what are we talking about? Top Blogger says he's been here since the first day with me, loved my work. Jordan was not comfortable. He was more comfortable with the early videos than I was, because he at least had some experience being on camera.
Oh, and sorry, Brett. I think it's probably Brenda. Just a second.
Oh, okay.
I'll get back.
Hey, this is a don't say crap. This is a live stream. When does weather become fall? It should start cooling off here pretty quick. Probably next month or so.
Rick, are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm kind of reading comments.
Okay, it was just Brenda.
It's just Brenda.
She's on her way over here pretty soon. So anyway, so that's what's going on. Hopefully, it'll. My leg is not real thrilled, because it's been down for a few days now, so it's stiff and sore. And
well, you're saying something about some PT yesterday, right?
Yeah, I had PT yesterday, and I walked, but it was I couldn't walk as far as I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I didn't have shoes on because I didn't bring them, and I didn't have the right walker, so that took I was kind of scared that because I didn't have my familiar stuff.
Kind of a mess. You didn't have your iPad. You didn't have your phone charger. You don't have your walker. You don't have your shoes. Man, you just didn't plan this emergency room visit very well, did you?
No, I sure did. In fact, Brenda said next time next time this happens, we're going to make an ER kit.
Yeah, there you go.
So I should have stuff to take with me when I need it, because it's yikes. Anyway, but and I was going to watch church and stuff today, but Safari is blocking. I don't know how I get out of Safari. So
Safari is blocking your church service?
Well, it doesn't. It says if I go into YouTube, where it is, it just says that Safari cannot something, because it's not, doesn't seem like it's connected fully to the internet.
Well, that's possible. If you're at the hospital and you haven't set up on the Wi-Fi at the hospital, you probably don't have a connection. See, I think what happens is when you're at home, you're tied onto your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay.
And so, that's probably what the problem is. It isn't they're blocking you. It's just that you don't have internet access there.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I went into their system as a guest.
Uh-huh.
That's what they said to do, and they helped me do it. So I'm so.
And sometimes things like that, if you're using a guest Wi-Fi, they may not allow you access to streaming things like YouTube.
Maybe.
So you might just have to wait till you get home for that.
I was gonna watch church too, and so maybe now when I get home, then I can do it.
Yeah, once you get home, you'll tie into your own Wi-Fi, and then you'll be back to normal. I'm sure that's what it is.
Okay, that's probably what I'll do. So
Jen says, "Hi, Mrs. Earl. Glad to hear you're doing better and going home today."
Okay.
Yeah, everybody seems to be happy.
Jen. Yeah, and ask them to call me Carolyn.
Okay, there you go. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. Call her Carolyn.
Right from the horse's mouth. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, top vloggers saying everyone should have an emergency go-to bag. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, I'm sure you're probably. I'm sure you're probably. I wasn't sure if I was going to go home today because the my my germs in my bladder infection were, it wasn't quite all out of there.
Uh-huh.
So they did a petri dish.
Uh-huh.
And so whatever they do there, a culture, and one little different little germ was in there, that the thing that the antibiotic they were using was not killing.
Oh, okay.
So they found out, of course, the one that targets that perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And so they switched me to that yesterday.
Uh-huh.
So, and that took care of it. So now it's all clear.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I know it.
So you doing better with the nausea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you just dealing with that naturally, or are they giving you something to treat the nausea?
No, I'm not taking anything.
Okay.
If the nurse said they might send me home with oral antibiotics.
Okay.
Yeah, which I was a little bit nervous about because that's where my stomach gets.
Mm-hmm.
But they said to ask for anti-nausea medication and also probiotic thing.
Okay.
That if you use those two together, then, and they said, of course, always don't take it on an empty stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, I think somebody was mentioning that in the comments too.
Oh, were they? Yeah. So anyway, you learn as you go.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. Anyway, I'm glad to be going home, and it'll be kind of it'll be different, but it's.
So what time are you going home?
Well, doctor said Brenda could probably come about hour and a half, which would be noon here. So
okay.
It's about 2 o'clock there.
Yeah, no, it's coming up on 1 right now.
Oh, coming up on 1. Okay. Yeah, quarter of 11 here.
Yeah.
So yeah, then it's 1. I was thinking I'd be home at 2 or whatever. But anyway, so what are you guys talking about today?
Oh, let's see. What were we talking about? What do we always talk about? Right when you called, one of my viewers is named the top vloggers, and they were asking how they could build their channel. And I was kind of talking a little bit about how my channel got going and how I was lucky to have Jordan, promoting me and giving, introducing his fans to me, because still most of my fans are from him. And yeah, Deanne's saying we're talking about pressure cookers because we were talking about the Instant Pot.
Yeah.
And let's see. And how people think I'm much more comfortable in front of a camera now, and I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You watch my first couple of vlogs, and I think someone mentioned earlier it's like I had deer in the headlights look.
Yeah, well. I know that when we do something different.
Yeah, and I mean I'd never been somebody that could have seen myself, putting myself on camera.
I know it.
So
I know it. No, actually, I couldn't have either. So
it's just not me. But you get used to it.
That you do, and you also get used to the people that are watching it.
Yeah.
So you're more comfortable when you're just talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roberta S is saying take a probiotic when you take antibiotics. Always some friendly advice. So yeah, that sounds like what your doctor's saying.
I heard that one of the therapists over at AL said that she learned that from England.
Uh-huh.
She said in England, whenever they give an antibiotic, they give a probiotic right along with it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know that they do that all the time here. But I mean, I've never had they just give an antibiotic and that's it.
Yeah.
But I can see why. It helps your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I don't know if I probably won't get lunch here then, but I had breakfast here, so yeah. The food is going down pretty well. So
that's good, especially if it stays down.
Yeah. Well, there's been sometimes that's like, ooh, I don't know that I'm going to be able to deal with this, but it goes away. So anyway.
Chris Moss is saying yogurt. Yogurt's a good probiotic.
Yes, it is.
And you love yogurt. You love yogurt.
I love yogurt. Brenda was looking at it yesterday, and she said Activa is actually one of the best. So I think we're gonna pick up some of that and take it home.
Make sure you like it. Because the best isn't going to be any good if you can't stand it and you don't eat it.
No, that's a trouble. I don't know.
All yogurt is good, as a probiotic. And if you like one yogurt better and will eat it, it's better to eat a good yogurt than not eat a great yogurt.
Yeah. Ask your viewers if Greek yogurt. I hate Greek yogurt, but if that's the best probiotic, then I'll take it. But I don't want it because I hate Greek.
Okay, well, any opinions out there on Greek yogurt?
Yeah, see if anybody comments.
Give it a second here.
If there's a Greek yogurt that tastes good.
That's the other half. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know there was a difference between yogurt and Greek yogurt, but
Greek it's bitter. It just isn't awesome. So that's
there doesn't seem to be any opinions on Greek yogurt here. So
are there some?
No, it doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
At least not popping up so far. But like I said, if you love yogurt, and all yogurt is good. So
we were looking at it on the phone yesterday, and I said, I bet you my favorite you'll play. It's probably not as good as some of them. That's the one I really like. But of course, that's just like a dessert.
And David asked, does Mom like hot food? And I don't think you're really that into hot food.
Into what?
Hot food, like spicy food.
Oh, no.
No, she's not that into that. That's me. No. And I guess I get that from her brother.
Does that have probiotic? No.
I don't know. That's just what the question is. The question literally says, does Mom like hot food?
No. I mean, I like Mexican food, spicy.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And I like jalapenos. I don't like the real hot ones. But I like them. So, stuff like that. Okay,
so Kim's World Vlog says, I like Yoplait flavored, Yoplait berry flavored, does not like Greek yogurt or Activa.
Oh, not Activa either. Okay.
So, like I said, maybe buy one or two of them, see if you like them.
See if I like them.
Because, like I said, every yogurt is a probiotic, and you know what? Stick with the ones you like.
Yeah. I thought if Greek was better, then I'd get it, but I hate it.
DM says, yes, Greek strawberry flavor.
Oh, is that a good one?
I don't know, I guess.
Maybe.
So maybe buy a can of that and see what you think. Try Chobani French vanilla. I don't know. I guess Chobani is a brand. Chobani?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's what she's talking. French vanilla, that actually sounds kind of good.
Yeah, it actually does. Usually higher protein in Greek yogurt.
Oh.
Pickles and sauerkraut are good natural probiotic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess.
Like dill pickles, sweet pickles?
I guess.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know, if any of these people are doctors or anything. They're just,
Well, no, but
Deanne says any Greek with flavor. Connie says all yogurt is a good probiotic. So
good.
Yeah, I mean, just try what your doctors are saying, but buy one or two just to make sure you like it. If you don't like it, then you haven't wasted that much, and just stick with what you like.
That's true.
That just sounds like good advice.
Yeah, it does, and that's a good thing. So anyway, it'd be nice if I don't have to do PT here. I can get out of here before PT comes. That would be good.
Yeah. Now she's going to choke to death. Good thing you're in the hospital.
I'm going to get it up there anyway. Yeah. Well, the coughing is from the smoke. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's still bad in the hospital. Yikes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't miss that at all.
No, Lake Tahoe is not looking good right now.
No, it's bad. It's been that way for a long time.
It is bad. And it sounds, it's not just smoke, no, I don't think, but there's fire in there too. So
yeah, Spike, that's my mom. She's calling in to let us know how she's doing. She's been in the hospital for a couple of days with a urinary tract infection, but I think she's going home today. So that's good. And we're just talking about the aftermath now. The doctors are saying that she needs to take, with the antibiotics, she needs to take a probiotic. So we're talking about different kinds of yogurt because she loves yogurt. So
yeah. Well, we will see how it goes. He didn't send me home with oral, so that's good. I don't have to mess with it right now. But if it would help my urinary tract stuff, maybe yogurt is just good for it. So
yeah.
Then I can do that. But actually, this one, because I got so sick on the antibiotics that I had to go off of them before the course was up. Well, then of course it just comes back.
Right. Yeah. If you haven't dealt with a problem and get off the antibiotics too early, then it just comes back.
So it went. So it kind of traveled into the kidneys a little bit, but not too much. It just, once it gets free reign, it's like, oh, good. Nobody's going to stop me. I'm just going to whip right up there. Yeah.
Robert's saying I need to make yogurt in the Instant Pot. I do notice that the Instant Pot's supposed to go make yogurt, but haven't experimented with
heard of that.
I think it is. I think mine even has a yogurt button on it.
Probably does. It probably does. You can probably put this stuff in. It probably would be really good for you too.
Yeah.
When you come, Brett, you can teach me how to use that thing.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that a little bit earlier too. A lot of people saying, talking about the pressure cookers and the Instant Pot. And I said, well, one of the reasons I do the Instant Pot recipes is because I'm trying to, make my mom less afraid of it.
Exactly.
And that's really what it comes, because that's, I was a little afraid of mine too at the beginning, but I played with it enough times. Now I love this thing. Yeah. And I think you'll love it too once you get over your fear of it.
Yeah, that's true. Because if I can make yogurt, that'd be actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
I've been looking at it. It looks like a complicated process.
Oh, it is.
So,
okay. Well, you can buy it pretty cheap, so it's not.
It would be fun. It would be fun to try it, and then I think it starts off. You got to have like a yogurt culture that you got to buy, and I've been looking around. And I've been having trouble finding
that. Then it's
because that doesn't seem to be just anything you can buy at HEB.
No, I'm sure not. No, it probably can order from something or somebody or something.
Yeah. So, it seemed to me I could get it on Amazon.
Oh, you can get anything on Amazon.
Yeah, right.
I mean, between Amazon and Costco and Target. Yeah. I don't think we need any other stores. Those three could carry the load.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I don't think I've ever looked for anything on Amazon that I couldn't get.
Yeah.
It's just pretty crazy. So anyway, that's what's going on, and everybody doing well today?
Yeah, everyone seems to be doing good.
That's good.
Been having a real nice conversation today.
Good.
I was actually kind of hoping you'd call in, so it's good that you did.
Yeah.
People like to hear from you.
I looked at the clock and I thought, I bet you he's still doing live stream. So,
yeah.
And I was going to call you and tell you I was going home anyway. So,
right.
I'll just kill two birds with one stone, which I did.
Right. Yeah, my live streams usually start about 11, usually end about 1. So that's like 9 to 11 for you.
And you're, so you're pretty much done, almost done.
Yeah, I go another 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. So what you got going on today?
I think we've been kind of talking about that a little bit. When I went to the Spice Village place a couple weeks ago, I got a couple of cookbooks for my cast iron cookware, and one of them was about the Dutch oven. In fact, I had it on the live stream last week, and I was kind of thumbing through it, and looked like there were a bunch of things that looked really good. So I don't know, maybe we're gonna try something in the Dutch oven today.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Have you used that? Have you used that cookware yet?
I've used the fry pan. I haven't used the other two pieces yet.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna try that maybe today.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That is good.
Deanna is saying, Carolyn, you can become dehydrated very fast. Ensure Jello, popsicles, tea, Gatorade, and soup. 119 ounces a day.
119 ounces of fluid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and then they're saying,
I love Jello too.
Yeah, Jello, popsicles, tea, Gatorade, soup.
Just a minute. I gotta go. My nurse is here.
Okay.
Just a second. All right, guys. Have a good Sunday.
All right.
And talk to you later.
Okay. See you, Mom. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, there you go. There's the latest. She's going home today. She appreciates all the advice, and like I said, I know she appreciates the prayers, so keep that going. All right, let's see. I've been kind of focusing on her, so what have I missed a lot? Hello from Mexico City. I assume that's what it meant, not Mexic, because I don't know where Mexico City is. I assume it's Mexico City. I know where that is. Okay, Robert says Six Sisters YouTube has a recipe. I assume that's for yogurt in the Instant Pot. That is something I'll try at some point. I just get, like I said, you got to get the yogurt culture, and haven't figured out where that is. Yeah, my mom's a keeper. Gotta remind my mom to drink a lot of fluids. Yeah. Jeff's back. You just missed my mom. She's just in on the phone here. Was my mom a teacher? Yes, she was. For many years. Yeah, you're right. A health store might have a yogurt culture there. Yeah, teaching is kind of strong on that side of the family. You know, my mom was a teacher. My sister was a teacher. I think her mom was a teacher. I'm a trainer at work. You know, so yeah, I know you just missed it just by a second, Jeff, because it was like 1 minute ago that she hung up. Her nurse came. She's been in the hospital for a couple of days um, with a urinary tract infection, and so they've been trying to deal with that. She's been on antibiotics for it, but the antibiotics were causing her to be sick to her stomach, and so she stopped taking them, and then she got sick and had a fever and all that fun stuff. But I think they got her straightened out, and she's going home today, so that's good. My plant-based person, edible wise, I mean, I like plants, but I mean, like, am I a vegetarian or anything like that? No, I mean, I'll eat. Somebody cooks something vegetarian, I'll eat it. But I don't usually. I like to eat vegetables and I like fruit and stuff like that. But I'm a carnivore. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, my mom is sharp. Her head's still pretty clear. Yeah, I was a UTI, Chris. Oh, I've never tried plant-based meat. It just doesn't sound very appetizing. Oh, Kathy, yeah, my house was in Orange County. It was in a town called Placentia. Was I ever in the military? No, wasn't. I have ultimate respect for those who have served, though. Chef just had brisket. That sounds good. Never go wrong with brisket. But I thought about doing a daily vlog. I did a daily vlog for a while, but when I got to the point where I was working, it just became impossible. Because for the when I started working, I'd come home from work after a 12 and a half hour day, and I'd basically just sit in the easy chair there for 5 or 10 minutes and give a rundown of what happened at work. But because I can't tell you where I work or what specifically I do, it just became really busy or really boring, and nobody wanted to watch it. And, the those videos weren't getting any views, and it's like I got it. It's not that fun to hear kind of general. Yeah, I ran the machine, and the machine ran well today. It's like, yeah, I know. What do you do? I can't really say. It just didn't make sense to do it, to continue doing it. So I went back to 4 days a week, and now I'm back to 3 days a week, and that's about perfect for me, I think. Jordan also did kind of the same thing, and he's 3 days a week now also, and he found that it was resulted in better view rates. I think YouTube promotes it better if you're not doing something every day. Well, it'll be the call with my mom. It was brief, but it'll be on the rerun. You can go back and watch it. She was, let's see, she called about, just so you can fast forward through the stuff that you already seen here. She called about 12:36, so she started about 30 minutes ago. So we're at 1:58. So go to about 1:28 on the video when it rebroadcast. She was on for about 15 minutes. Do I miss Disney? I enjoyed working at Disney. I just didn't, and I like most of the people. I just didn't like the management. I couldn't stand the way. So yeah, I miss doing that, but I'm way better off here. What makes one vlogger a success and another one, their channel never clicks? I don't know. It might just be the subject matter. Sometimes, I know Jordan never imagined when he started his, 5 years ago or whenever it was, that he'd be at this point supporting himself on this and having more than 200,000 subscribers. That's always the dream, but you never know. Yeah, top blogger says a good support system. David says personality plays a big part in it. I guess I agree with both of those. Not that I'm saying I have a good personality or anything, but that would be kind of arrogant. I do have my friend Matt who's doing his Island Horizon videos. You always see those running in the background when I do a live stream. His channel is growing a little bit, but I think it's one of those things that, he'll get to a point where, he'll stick with it for long enough, and eventually it'll click, and all of a sudden people are going to discover it, and he's going to have hundreds and hundreds of videos. So, and I mean, the videos he does are really easy to do because he just goes to a different beautiful beach every day and puts the camera on a tripod, points it at the ocean, and lets it run for 20 minutes. And you know what? I think it's one of those things that if people just had it running in the background at the office, you can just, because that's what I do at the start of the live stream. I just put it on. I just go onto the channel and say play all, and it just plays them back to back to back to back to back, and it's just running constantly in the background. And I think that'd be perfect for the office. Yeah, Adam's a perfect example of that. You're right. You can talk to the wind and people will watch. Well, honestly, the top bloggers, you're probably the first person in the world to call me a people person. I'm probably the most antisocial person in the world. If you actually met me in person, I'd probably just be standing in the corner trying to look insignificant. Yeah, Jordan did start out slow, but he has picked up real quick, and he's got a natural personality and just has really enthralling content. So I guess it doesn't really surprise me that he would be very successful at this. I'm really, really happy for him. He's worked hard at this and he's built a very amazing channel. Yeah, he had to move from LA, and it was a good move, I think. Yeah, content and personality do seem to help, but sometimes it's just luck. It's a matter of, it might just be one video that goes viral, and all of a sudden everyone says, "Whoa, look at all the other stuff this guy has." Yeah, Jordan's house is beautiful. I'm very happy for him on that. He deserves a nice place to live. He and Jaw. Yeah, Jordan is well. Honestly, the vlog has really kind of brought me out of my shell a little bit, and that's actually probably the biggest reward I get from this. I don't make a whole lot of money doing this, but that's not really what this is about. You know, I draw energy from you guys, and that's helped me, be more comfortable with myself. And so that's what I really get out of this. I guess being young and not having family responsibilities where you can pick up and go wherever you want would help. Yeah, yeah. The Jordan's vlog would be a little bit more difficult if he had a family because he travels so much for it. But you know what? That's how it is right now, and that's how he's doing this and how he's supporting himself. And more power to him. Yeah, I'd love to do a meet and greet some point. The question is, would anybody come? Have I seen Jaw lately? I haven't seen Jaw in almost 2 years now. Because last time I was saw Jaw was when Jordan and Jaw came and visited me in the apartment, and that was what, January, almost 2 years ago. So yeah, I miss that little fur ball. But hopefully I'll see him soon. I'm going to go visit Jordan at some point. I want to see his new house. That was kind of the agreement, is that he'd move into a house and I'd come and help him fix up some of his stuff. I said, the rate we're going, I'm taking so long to get there. By the time I get there, you're going to have everything fixed. And he says, that's okay. I'll just break something. Yeah, that's really what it is, David. Like I said, what I get mostly out of this is the energy I draw from you guys. And I love talking to you on the live streams. I love reading your comments on the videos, and that's the real reward out of doing all this. My channel never grew anymore, and it was just you guys for the rest of the life of it. Then I'm good. Yeah, Jaw's too cute, definitely. Anyway, we've been going for my 2 hours now, and I think I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do something in the Dutch oven today. That sounds like a good idea. We'll dig through a recipe and find something that looks good, and that's what we'll do. So I think that's all I have for today. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later.